Is a highly intelligent person always creative? Can creativity be developed, or is it something we're born with? Let's explore the concept of creativity, ways to foster it, and its relationship with intelligence. Question may ask like, what is creativity? Explain the characteristics of creative children. Write a note of the concept of creativity. What is creativity? Critically examine the techniques of fostering creativity. Describe the relationship between creativity and intelligence. Meaning of creativity. To create means to make something happen or exist, to form, to construct, to produce, etc. Creativity means discovering new relationship between ideas. Creativity is a wonderful ability that helps a man to solve the most complex problems of life and to make life comfortable. Only such a wonderfully lovely ability can be called creativity. Creativity gives a new fascinating turn to humanity and to a nation. If we throw a glimpse at the development of the history of civilization, this fact is proved. If the humanity has come out of the darkness of savagery in order to step into the light of civilization, this has been made possible by those few investors and discoverers. Only a few creative persons among the multitude of humanity can play an important role in the reconstruction and upliftment of humanity and the nations of the world. The psychologists believe that creativity is humanity's common attribute. It, however, varies in degree. Some are endowed with high creativity and some with low. The creative persons are born in all ages in all nations. People generally think that only writers, poets, painters, musicians and scientists are creative people. But the psychologists believe that creativity can extend to any area of life and leave its happy imprint here. Doctors, teachers, clerks, laborers, housewives can all be creative in their respective fields. If a housewife prepares a new tasty dish with the help of normal kitchen provisions, she is a creative person. If a worker can find a way of producing more within a shorter time, he is a creative person. In the same way, if a teacher uses innovative teaching methods and make his teaching effective that goes straight home, that teacher is a creative person. Each child has the eagerness and ability to accomplish something new. The only difference lies in the fact that in some children this capability remains dormant and does not come alive, and in some children its manifestation is more pronounced and surfaces spontaneously in their performance of tasks. Special training arrangement should be made for the creative students so that they can contribute their might to the development of their nation. The main objective of the school is to develop the students' creativity. Nature of creative children. Creativity is not a product, it is a factor or an ability. Creativity is the result of divergent thinking. Creativity is a way of thinking. It is not a synonym of intelligence. Creativity is goal-directed. It is useful for the individual as also for group of individuals and for the society. The ability to create depends on the acquisition of the accepted knowledge. Creativity is a kind of restrained imaginative inspiration that attains to some achievement. Creativity, whether it is oral or written, abstract or concrete, is, in any case, unique. Almost every person is endowed with creativity. However, it varies in degree from person to person. Characteristics of creative children. Curiosity. Curiosity is an important characteristic of a creative person and of the creative process. This characteristic is sufficiently manifest in the creative children. Those children devoid of curiosity do become literate, but they are unable to put to use their learning in their daily life. On the other hand, the creative children are always eager to assimilate all the wonders and mysteries of the world. They see everything minutely. They do not rest content until they have understood completely what they have seen, read and heard. Such children by nature are inclined towards research, and they show this tendency right from infancy. An infant child shows his inquisitiveness in a variety of ways. When the infant handles something and turns it around, when it puts something in its mouth or throws it down and thing breaks, the child is in fact trying to satisfy its curiosity. Flexibility. The creative children are flexible and not rigid in their thinking. The views they express have a variety, not rigidity. If they are asked to suggest reforms in this school, they can suggest removing some outdated things, introducing certain new things, making changes in certain existing things. Creative children do not insist on sticking to old ways of thinking or to old ideas. They adapt to the changed circumstances and do their best to change the circumstances according to their principles and ideals. Original thinking. Originality abounds in the creative children. The thinking of such children is original. They tackle their problems spontaneously and in their own original way. They are not stuck in a rut, and their answers to questions are out of the ordinary and original. The answers they give to questions are not only original but practical and factual too. They derive not from ignorance, illusion and mere imagination. Independent judgment. The creative children are capable of taking independent decisions. They do not depend on others for the solution of their problems. They judge things independently and take decision accordingly. They don't need the help of others for taking decisions, nor can narrow thinking and prejudices influence them. They are above social, political, economical, regional and other prejudices. They have a broader view of these and are non-conservative. Concentrated attention. The creative children attend to a problem with concentrated attention. They put to use of all their mental powers for solving a problem. They have the capability to work on problems with concentrated attention. Normally, if we are engaged in a work, we lose grip over our attention that strays and wanders elsewhere. In this way, our mind gets involved in numerous activities. Complex things. The thinking of creative children is complex. They are not interested in solving simple problems. They like challenging tasks. There is more complexity knit in their personality. They like complex thinking more than simple thinking. Hard tasks and complex situations fascinate them more than simple tasks and simple situations. They are not afraid of inviting the greatest risks for discovering new facts. High energy level. The thinking powers of the creative children is of a high order. They keep thinking about the creative tasks. A creative child will be greatly wonderstruck and astonished on seeing something unfamiliar or on hearing a new thought. In fact, this reaction is a creative reaction. Such children are awake to and cautious about their responsibilities. Once they take a work in hand, they must accomplish it. They do not suffer from inferiority complex. They consider their views of important and easy. Risk-taking tendency. The creative children tend to take risk. They do not give in to obstacles. They take joy in accomplishing exciting tasks. Such children devote themselves wholeheartedly to achieving their goals, and they do not look back until they have met with success. The failures that they come across on their way are treated by them as milestones leading to success. Courageous. The creative children are courageous. They accept new values and beliefs and boycott the polluted social system. The creative children pay attention to unintelligible thoughts that other children cannot comprehend. They look with doubt at the prevalent convictions and postulates and try anew to gather proofs of their truth. Power of imagination. Imagination has a greatly significant role to play in creativity. Many creative abilities derive their sustenance from imagination. The creative children are endowed with fertile imagination. A child endowed with the power of imagination is mentally prompt to produce ideas and has flexible and original thinking and is capable of bringing about a change and novelty in the existing things. Desire for superiority. The creative children stand apart from others. They want to prove their superiority through accomplishing tasks and direct their efforts to this end. Their desire for superiority is greater than it is in others. Such children have a deep spirit of self-respect. Jesus Christ, Mahatma Buddha, Guru Nanak, Swami Dayananda, or Aurobindo Ghosh were creative personages. They fought against the evils prevalent in the society all their life. The creative children maintain their separate identity even when they mix up with other children. They do not go against decorum under any pressure or for selfish interest. Techniques for fostering creativity in classroom. Freedom of thought. Creativity is related to freedom. It is the duty of parents and guardians and the teachers to allow towards the freedom of thought. The outdated thoughts and values should not be forced on the children. They should be allowed the freedom to put to use novel ideas. Creativity in the children develops if they are allowed freedom of thought and provided good environment. Encouraging original and flexible thinking. Original and flexible thinking in children should be encouraged. They should be provided such opportunities in the school as will encourage original and flexible thinking in the children. Short story writing competitions and essay writing competitions should be organized in schools in order to encourage the creative children, and the winning stories, essays should be published in the school magazine. Development of courageous thinking. Development of courageous thinking in children is necessary for the development of creativity. Creativity is synonymous with courageous thinking. By courageous thinking is implied thinking different from the mainstream thinking, breaking free from the mold, acquiring different and new experiences and linking the present with the future. In this way, creativity develops from courageous thinking, if this is allowed to children. Encouraging the spirit of scientific inquiry. The teacher can develop the spirit of scientific inquiry among the students inside and outside the class. The children should not be forced to adopt the traditional behavior. A scientific outlook can be developed in children by encouraging them to adopt new ideas and plans for the solution of the problems. Ego involvement. The children have their ego, a sense of who they are, a sense of their own value and importance. Creativity should be linked with this scene of ego. I have solved this problem. This is my creation. Such feelings give children a sense of satisfaction. Ego involvement in creativity develops the capacities and talents in the children. Therefore, the children should be given an opportunity to express their sense of ego. Development of elaborative thinking. The main aspect of creative thinking is elaborative thinking. The children should be given an outline of a problem, and they should be asked to complete it. This will develop in them the power of reasoning and the power of thinking, which are the basis of creativity. The teacher, by adopting this strategy, can develop in the children the spirit of creativity. Removing fear. Fear should not be allowed to hunt children, it should be removed. Fear creates in the children inferiority complex, and this feeling is uninspiring. Creativity in the presence of fear is impossible. Therefore, it is necessary to remove the fear from the minds of the children. This is necessary for the development of creativity in them. Development of power of imagination. The children should be allowed full freedom for the development of their power of imagination. Freedom is the necessary characteristic of creativity. The development of the power of imagination is necessary for the development of creativity because it plays the main role in finding solution to a problem. Therefore, it is necessary to develop in the children the power of imagination. Development of divergent thinking. The children should be encouraged to the maximum to cultivate divergent thinking. They should be encouraged to view a problem from divergent angles while trying to find a solution to a problem. In the absence of divergent thinking, the development of creativity cannot take place. Divergent thinking is the basis of creativity. Therefore, divergent thinking should be developed in the children for the development of creativity in them. Opportunities of expression. The teacher should provide an opportunity to the children to express their views. He can undertake new tasks in the classroom. He can teach the children the values of creativity and motivate their thinking. The interests of the students reflect their creative urges. Therefore, the children should be given an opportunity of expression. Proper curriculum. The curriculum contributes significantly to the development of creativity. The curriculum should be such as gives the children freedom, develops in them originality of thinking, flexibility, fluency of thought, power of elaboration, complex thinking, and fulfills their basic needs. The curriculum should be planned that will ensure the development of their creativity. Brainstorming. Brainstorming is a very useful technique to inspire creativity in the children. This technique is used for collecting various reasons of and solutions to a problem. We can turn ordinary things and ideas into extraordinary ones through novel, original, and useful thinking. In the use of this technique, some 10 to 12 individuals collect at a place for the solution of a problem. Each child expresses his views relating to the solution of a particular problem to other children. In such an assembly, each child has the freedom to express his views. He desires inspiration from the creative thinking of the children present in the assembly. Development of healthy habits. Healthy habits like self-reliance, self-confidence, diligence, introspection, etc. should be developed in the creative children. These qualities encourage creative thinking in them. Their creative development will take place. Contribution of the parents. The role of the parents and the guardians in developing creativity in the children is of great importance. The seeds of creativity are present in each child. But, for many reasons, these cannot sprout into saplings. Such students should be provided free environment at home and should be allowed full freedom to make novel experiments. The parents should respect them and should not suppress their expressions of new ideas. They should encourage creative thinking in their children. Mental health. Sound mental health is helpful in the development of creativity. For the inculcation of creativity, psychological protection and psychological freedom are necessary. Therefore, the children must have sound mental health so that they can concentrate on creative activities. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for more videos.